Summer doesn't always arrive with a warning. Sometimes it shows up quietly, and one day you notice your body feels heavier, your sleep feels thinner, your energy disappears by afternoon, and the small aches you used to ignore are no longer so easy to brush aside. That is how change often happens, not in one dramatic moment, but in tiny, silent losses repeated day after day until your body starts sending signals you can no longer dismiss. And that is why this moment matters more than most people realize. Because the next 60 days will pass whether you use them or not. By the end of this summer, you could feel more drained, more inflamed, more disconnected from yourself. Or you could feel clearer, lighter, steadier, and proud that you finally listened before it was too late. This is not about chasing perfection, and it is not about punishing your body for what it has become. This is about returning to it with honesty, care, and a plan simple enough to follow in real life. Welcome to the 60-Day Summer Arc Challenge, a gentle but powerful reset for the season ahead. Over the next 2 months, we focus on 3 things your body deeply needs: nourishment that gives stable energy, movement that wakes up strength without exhaustion, and sleep that restores what stress has worn down. No extremes, no impossible promises, just practical daily actions that help you feel like yourself again, one day at a time, before another season slips away. The problem with most summer health plans is not that they are too small. It is that they are too extreme to survive real life. People wait for a Monday, a perfect mood, a burst of motivation, or a scare strong enough to force change. But summer has a way of exposing what winter allowed us to hide. You sleep a little worse because the nights feel warmer. You eat more impulsively because the days feel looser, the gatherings are more frequent, and the routine slips. You move less than you think because the heat drains your desire to walk, stretch, or even stand longer than necessary. And slowly, without ever making a formal decision, you begin to live in a body that feels more tired, more swollen, more stiff, and somehow older than it did just a few months ago. That is the real problem this 60-day summer arc is meant to solve. Not just weight, not just appearance, but that quiet feeling that your body is slipping away from your control while life keeps moving. The solution is not punishment. The solution is rhythm. For the next 60 days, you are going to give your body 3 things, consistently enough that it finally has a chance to respond: steadier nourishment, kinder movement, and deeper recovery. And what makes this powerful is not intensity. It is repetition. Because the body, especially in middle age and beyond, listens more closely to what you do often than to what you do once. Start with nourishment. In summer, many people think they are eating lightly when in fact they are eating chaotically. A sweet coffee in the morning, something quick at noon, salty snacks in the afternoon, a heavy dinner late at night, and not nearly enough water between any of it. On the surface, it feels casual. In the body, it feels like stress. Blood sugar rises and crashes, energy dips, cravings grow louder, sleep becomes less restful, the stomach feels bloated, the face looks more tired. So the first shift in this challenge is simple. Do not aim to eat less, aim to eat more steadily. Build meals around balance. Let each plate contain a source of protein to keep you full and stable, fiber-rich vegetables or fruit to support digestion, and a sensible portion of carbohydrates that gives energy without sending you into an afternoon crash. This can look very ordinary. Eggs with vegetables and whole grain toast in the morning. Grilled fish, rice, and cucumbers for lunch. A bowl of yogurt with berries and nuts instead of processed sweets. Soup, beans, chicken, steamed vegetables, or a simple salad with olive oil in the evening. Nothing dramatic, nothing trendy, just food that gives your body a reason to trust you again. The benefit of eating this way is not only physical. Yes, you may feel lighter, less puffy, less driven by cravings, but the deeper reward is emotional steadiness. When your meals stop pushing your body into chaos, your mind often becomes calmer too. You are less irritable, less desperate for quick comfort, less likely to tell yourself the day is already ruined. A normal example might be this. Instead of skipping lunch and arriving at dinner starving, you have a simple balanced meal in the middle of the day. By evening, you are no longer attacking the table. You eat more slowly. You sleep more comfortably. The next morning, you wake up without that familiar heaviness in your chest and stomach. That is how healing starts. Not in a perfect transformation photo, but in a quieter morning. The second pillar is movement, and this is where many people either overdo it or give up entirely. When the body feels weak, stiff, or out of shape, the temptation is to either avoid movement because it feels uncomfortable or to launch into an unrealistic exercise plan that leaves you sore, discouraged, and exhausted by day 4. But movement in this summer arc is not about proving something. It is about reminding the body what it was designed to do. Move blood, wake up joints, support muscles, improve mood, protect balance, keep metabolism from slowing further. The solution here is to choose forms of movement your body can repeat without fear. Walking is one of the best places to begin. A daily walk, even 15 to 30 minutes, helps more than many people realize. It improves circulation, supports digestion, eases mental fog, and gently trains the body to become more resilient again. Add stretching in the morning or evening, especially for the hips, back, calves, shoulders, and neck, and the body begins to feel less trapped inside itself. If possible, include small bursts of strength work 2 or 3 times a week. Sit to stands from a chair. Wall push-ups. Light resistance bands. Slow step-ups. Nothing flashy, just enough to remind your muscles that they are still needed. The benefit of this kind of movement is not just calorie burning. In fact, some of the most important results are the ones you feel in ordinary moments. Climbing stairs without dread, standing up with less effort, carrying groceries with more confidence, feeling your posture improve, feeling your mood lift after a walk instead of sinking further into lethargy. Imagine a common summer day. The weather is hot, and your first instinct is to stay seated as much as possible. But instead of doing nothing, you walk early in the morning before the heat becomes too strong. 10 minutes becomes 20. You come home slightly warm, breathing deeper, mind clearer. Later that day, your legs feel more awake, your appetite feels more regulated, and you sleep a little better that night. This is how small movement becomes real recovery. The third pillar, and often the most overlooked, is sleep. People talk about food and exercise constantly, but sleep is where so much of the repair actually happens. In summer, sleep often declines quietly. The room feels warmer. Evening routines become later. Screens stay on longer. Meals get pushed back. Sugar, alcohol, or late-night snacking interfere with rest. Then morning begins with fatigue, which leads to more caffeine, worse cravings, less movement, and a cycle that continues to drain the body day after day. The solution is to treat sleep as part of the challenge, not as an afterthought. Create a wind-down routine that tells your body the day is ending. Keep dinner lighter when possible, especially on hot evenings. Reduce stimulation in the last hour before bed. Dim the lights. Keep the room cool and dark as best you can. Stretch lightly. Read a few pages. Sip water earlier in the evening so you're not waking up repeatedly in the night. Go to bed at a more regular time, even if sleep is not perfect at first. Consistency teaches the body safety, and when the body feels safe, it begins to rest more deeply. The benefit of better sleep reaches into everything else. Hunger signals become more manageable, patience improves, inflammation often feels lower, morning aches feel less sharp, motivation returns more naturally because exhaustion is no longer crushing it before the day even begins. An everyday example is simple. Instead of scrolling late into the night with snacks beside you, you turn off the screen earlier, take a warm shower, stretch your back and shoulders, and lie down at the same time for several nights in a row. By the 4th or 5th morning, you notice something subtle but powerful. You no longer feel like you are dragging your body into the day. You feel like it came with you. That is the kind of change this challenge is built on. So over these 60 days, do not ask whether each action is impressive. Ask whether it is repeatable. Can you drink water before coffee a little more often? Can you build 1 balanced meal a day and then 2? Can you walk even when the day is busy by doing it earlier, later, or in shorter segments? Can you stretch while dinner cooks? Can you protect your sleep like it matters? Because it does. The summer arc works because it respects the truth of aging bodies. They respond beautifully to care, but they do not respond well to chaos. Every steady meal, every short walk, every earlier bedtime is a vote for the version of you that still wants to feel alive, capable, and at home in your own skin. And by the end of these 60 days, the greatest benefit may not be what the mirror says. It may be the return of trust. Trust that your body can improve. Trust that change does not require suffering. Trust that it is not too late to feel stronger than you do today. Now pause for a moment and picture two versions of yourself standing at the end of these 60 days. In one version, nothing truly changed. You kept saying you would start tomorrow, after the weekend, after the next family event, after the next tired day passed. Summer moved on without asking permission. Your sleep stayed broken. Your body stayed stiff. Your energy kept fading in the middle of the afternoon. And deep down, what hurt most was not just the discomfort. It was the feeling that you had stopped showing up for yourself. But in the other version, the change was not dramatic from day one. It was quieter than that, almost humble. You drank more water before the cravings arrived. You walked when you could, even when it was only for a short while. You chose a steadier breakfast, a lighter dinner, a better bedtime. And somewhere along the way, your body began to respond. Your mornings felt less heavy. Your steps felt more certain. Your mind felt less scattered. You did not become perfect. You became consistent. And that changed everything. Because this challenge is not really about summer appearance. It is about whether you still believe your body is worth caring for now, not later. Not when things get worse, not when fear finally forces your hand. The 60-day summer arc is your chance to rebuild trust through simple daily promises. Eat in a way that supports stable energy instead of stealing it. Move in a way that wakes up your body instead of punishing it. Sleep in a way that allows repair instead of running on empty. These are not small things. These are the foundations of how you feel, how you age, and how fully you get to live inside your own life. So here is the heart of it. Health rarely returns through one grand decision. It returns through repetition. One meal, one walk, one earlier night. One better day repeated enough times to become a new direction. And 60 days is enough to feel that direction changing. If this is your moment, let it be your moment fully. Write "I'm starting today" in the comments. Or save this video and come back to it whenever you need to remember why your body still deserves your care.